Well, hello everyone and welcome to Flower Friday.
Hey there.
My name's Amanda.
I'm Sherry.
And we are the mother-daughter designers at Grace Monroe Home, where we help you transform the ordinary home into an extraordinary home.
That is right. And today we are going to be making eucalyptus wreaths and chatting. So y'all come in and get comfortable and be thinking about some things that you want to talk about.
Yeah, so welcome everybody. Thank y'all so much for joining us today. We're going to have fun. We're going to chat. Uh-oh. I gotta be able to see your comments. We're going to chat, we're going to have fun, and we're going to make some wreaths. So
that's exactly
come on in
right.
and get comfy.
Yes. Let me get my wreath up here and get it ready.
So, hey guys, welcome. Those of you who are just hopping on, we are so glad you're here with us live.
Yes.
If you will, just type live in the comments and let us know where you're watching this video from. If you're watching this on replay, just type replay in the comments. And again, let us know where you're watching this video. We are so happy that you guys are joining us today. If you are watching us on YouTube, if you will, click that subscribe button and click the bell so you get notified when we release new videos. And if you're watching us on Facebook, if you will, just click that follow button.
That is right, because you don't want to miss what we've got coming up. So
we'll go ahead, like today, we're just going to hang out with you guys. That's our plan for today.
Right.
We're just going to low-key hang out with you guys. We're going to answer any questions that you have. They can be about wreaths. They can be about life. They can be about whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You ask the questions, and we're going to try to answer those. How about that? In the meantime, let us know where you are watching from, because I always love to hear where we're seen, and tell me what the weather is like where you are. We've had some rough weather the last few days. Right now, today and yesterday was pretty good, but boy, we had some storms come through here the other day that were a little scary.
We did. We had to figure out where our safe place was going to be.
That's exactly right.
It was pretty bad
in
Alabama. But
it really was.
We have some crazy tornado weather here, so.
Yes, and speaking of that, because I still haven't caught back up, how many of you have dogs that are like petrified of the storms? Because I have a little, he's a mutt.
He's not that little, by the way.
He's not little. Well,
he's supposed to be
he's
little.
supposed to be little. We were told he was going to be 4 to 6 pounds. You know, I was thinking little Chihuahua mix type thing, you know, and he weighs about 30 pounds and he's a lot bigger, but he's still my baby. But he's terrified, absolutely petrified of storms, and of course keeps me awake. He sleeps with us, and I know some people are against your animal sleeping with you, but my dog sleeps with me. I can't help that. And I tried my best to keep him from waking my husband up, because I knew he was going to have to be out and about the next day. But needless to say, he woke us both up. Yeah. He just shakes, and he's just pitiful. And I've tried wrapping him. I've heard, wrap him up. That did not work. So if y'all have any tricks, people that have dogs that are scared of the storms, let me know, because I am willing to try just about anything. Because this is, it really, I just feel so bad for him, because he's just so afraid.
Yeah, it looks like in the comments there are several that have dogs that are scared.
Yes, and he just shakes, and it's like if I put my arm around him and I sit there rubbing him, until I accidentally fall asleep. But the minute I fall asleep, he knows it, and he starts licking me, trying to wake me up, like, don't you dare go to sleep, there's a storm, So,
well, you would think that they would see that you're not scared.
I know.
So they don't need to
No,
be.
but he doesn't. He is very protective over me anyway. And so I don't know if that's why he wants to make sure I'm awake and aware of what's going on. I don't know, but it makes it for a long night. I'm telling you. Our storm started, I think it was about 11:30, and it was still going 4:30-ish. Yeah. Somewhere around in there, and I had not been able to close my eyes hardly at all. So,
well, my dogs aren't too afraid of it.
No,
now, the kids,
the kids are afraid. Yeah,
they're not terrified.
They're not awful.
They're not terrible, no. But it was a loud storm. So.
It was. I don't know how anybody. My other daughter, Rebecca, her two slept through the whole thing, and that shocked me. I was really surprised, because it was loud. So if y'all have any, tricks or anything I can try, I would love to know. So tell me if anybody says anything, because I can't see the comments.
Let's see. Joyce said, I love my fur baby and I sleep with mine too.
See, aren't they the best cuddle babies? I mean, they just are.
Oh, Tracy said the vet can give you some anti-anxiety medication for him.
Seriously? Huh? Do you give it all the time, or do you, because I don't want him on something that I have to give all the time, because he's normally fine, but just during storms.
Just like
maybe you can just give it like if I know a storm's coming or something.
Maybe.
I will talk to my vet. I sure will.
Oh, Rubiana said, I've got the Grace Monroe home glue skillet and I am so excited.
Yay! I'm so glad you got it. And she's talking about our glue skillet right here. We partnered with SureBonder to come up with our very own Grace Monroe home glue skillet. And right now, they've still got the...
Yes. I was just going to say that
things in stock.
It and the bundles are back in stock.
Yes, that's what I was trying to think of the word bundles.
So definitely those just sold out so quickly last time. So if you've been wanting the glue skillet and the bundle, now is the time.
And now the bundle comes with the glue skillet, one of the silicone mats that are amazing. If you use glue for anything, these are amazing, and a bag of glue for your glue skillet. So that, Amanda can put the stir sticks, yes. And I stuck mine somewhere. Where did I stick my stir stick?
Share the...
I stuck my stir stick somewhere, and I don't know where it is. But they're the Teflon stir sticks, and they are amazing. You can use them to put glue on stuff or anything and just wipe them off. They're just great. So... I don't know where my stir stick is, though.
It's probably under all this greenery.
I guarantee you it's somewhere. I don't usually have them far, so that's what happens, though, if you straighten up anything. I know it doesn't look like I straightened up anything, but I did straighten up just a little bit, and now I don't know where I put them.
Hey, Marilyn, Happy New Year from England.
Oh, Happy New Year.
Hello.
And thank you for watching us. Yeah.
And happy Flower Friday to you, Andrea. We're glad you're here with us from
Andrea.
South Louisiana.
Yeah.
Well, so today, like we said, we're just hanging out with you guys. So ask us questions if you've got questions. If you don't and you just want to watch us work, that's fine.
Or just talk, whatever.
Several orders for our eucalyptus wreaths, which I know y'all have seen us make these before because we get so many orders for these. We just thought we'd hang out with you guys, make some of those today for Flower Friday, and just see what's going on in your lives. Y'all tell us what's going on with you. And so I'm fixing to ask Amanda this. Okay, real quick. Let me just tell you so that y'all know what we got going on. If you have not seen us make these, they're very simple to make. Anybody can make these. They're so simple to make.
Simple, yeah.
But they turn out really pretty, and people love these. So we're using a 14-inch grapevine. You can use whatever size you want.
Yes.
And then we're just using the eucalyptus from Hobby Lobby.
And this is from Hobby Lobby, and it just comes in a bush like this. We push everything up to the top like this, and then we cut off the stems, about almost to the bottom, but we cut all those off. And this is a pile of them that I've already cut all off ahead of time. And basically that's what we use. And then we just put our cute little burlap bow on them after we get these. Normally we put our bows on first, but this is one that we actually put on after we get it made. And but I was fixing to ask, have you started back with the kids for school after Christmas break?
Well, we were supposed to start back this week. We were ready to start back this week, but my whole family got some kind of terrible, terrible. We'll just say that terrible virus.
Let's say that one more time. It was terrible.
Terrible.
I mean, one of those that
just went through everybody. Justin was the only one, but the rest of us, we all got it.
Yes.
And so it was.
And their poor little they were just sick. Those babies were so sick. Well, and you were sick. It was awful.
And honestly, the kids had just gotten over when we were at Gaylord. I don't know if we told you guys. I can't remember, but they had all got. I don't know if it was something they ate or something.
We still don't know what happened. It was just the weird.
They were sick then, and so we had just gotten over that, and then we had this stomach virus, which was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, we did not start back school this week, so we'll start back on Monday.
Well, I had been meaning to ask that if y'all had started back yet.
And if y'all don't know and you haven't seen, I do homeschool my children. So we were set to start back, but that's the beauty of homeschool too. You can kind of be flexible, and life happens
and when
sometimes.
they're sick or something,
You just go with it.
I mean, those babies were sick.
We did watch some educational videos, so that counts.
Well, that
sometimes.
counts. That's right. That is exactly right. Yeah, that was one thing. If you don't know, I live next door. They live. Our whole family lives right here. I've got one daughter across the street and one next door, so I can't get anything better than that. It's perfect. But this was one time that I just had to kind of stay away. Yeah. I offered to help, but didn't want to catch that. But I did go get her groceries and do stuff like that I could do without having to,
And that was helpful, and I did appreciate that. And y'all know, I'm sure you all had stomach viruses. There's just not much you can do except just power through it.
Power through it and let it get out of there.
You're miserable.
But thankfully, I think they're on the tail end of it now.
Yes, I think so too. And hopefully Justin does not get it.
Yes, we are praying for that.
Definitely praying he doesn't get it.
I know.
Because he's had to deal with the rest of us with it.
Yep.
But yes, and they begged and begged and begged to come to your house. I don't know how many times I'm like, no,
I know. Bless their little old hearts. But I did get to see them today, so I'm happy about that.
Hey, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Usually for this one, we use the 14-inch grapevine base, and so it typically takes, I would say, 3 of the eucalyptus to be safe. I can sometimes do them with 2.5, but, some grapevine wreaths vary. Like, you'll see that this one they're both 14, but this one, it looks smaller than the other.
It does.
So it really depends on your base. The thing is, and I'll tell you this little tip, when you make these grapevine wreaths, these eucalyptus greenery wreaths, you really want to put them in the stems. See how we keep them long?
Yeah.
You want to put them in at a very nice angle. Mm-hmm. And if you do, and you put them in at an angle like that all the way around, it will take up more space, and you will not have
It really does. And see,
much.
the way that the eucalyptus is, which I love this about it, is when you put it, normally we don't put it in as much at an angle, but with this one, when you put it in like this, for instance, you've got all of this eucalyptus that's kind of pointing upward, and so it takes up a lot of space this way, so it helps you not to have to use as much. Yeah. And I am guilty, I just have to say, of not doing mine quite as steep as Amanda, so sometimes it takes the whole 3 with me.
Well, it does.
Because I have to make myself think about it. Normally I can make a wreath almost and talk and do everything at the same time and not really think about it. But with this, I have to really think about, oops, I got to put that in at an angle so that I don't have to use quite as much of the eucalyptus.
Yeah. Let me just see if I can read some of y'all's comments. Rubiana says she'd like to learn different techniques on wreaths because she mostly uses mesh or makes mesh.
Oh, well.
Hopefully I read that correctly.
Yes, well, you need to try to make sure you're always on with our Flower Friday, because we're on at 4 o'clock every Friday, 4 o'clock Central Time. And we do very little mesh. We mostly do wreaths with flowers and greenery. We don't do a whole lot of mesh, although we do have a private group, our Design with the Pros Club, and this month it actually, our wreath for this month actually does have a little bit of mesh in it, but most of the time we don't use a lot of mesh, and it's just our preference. It's, I love mesh. I think they're beautiful. I just don't do a lot of those. And
if you go to our YouTube channel,
yes, we've got
or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can look. We've got playlists of different different types of wreaths and styles of wreaths and holidays and stuff. So there are hundreds of tutorials.
Yes, it'll keep you busy.
Also, I know somebody last week on Flower Friday asked about the supply list. If y'all go to our blog at gracemonroehome.com, we have the supply lists we have the items that we use on the blog. So you can just go through and click. You can watch the video there as well, and then you can get the supply list.
Yeah.
So I hope that is helpful for you
Yeah,
guys.
we try to take care of it for you.
Now these are so simple to make because once you do the outside, like I go around the outside first with the greenery, then you just come into the inside and make one more layer there on the inside. And I mean, that's all there is to it.
Yeah. Yeah, these we can usually knock these out pretty quickly. They don't take a lot of time to make, and yet they're so pretty. I mean, I've used them myself. I love them. Sometimes you just want a greenery, you know, something with just greenery.
And Lisa asked, do you cover the outside ring of the wreath?
Yes, that's what I'm actually doing. That's what Amanda's doing. We go around, let me see if I can show you. We actually go around, see, here's the wreath, and you see that I'm putting it right around the outside first. And this is our first layer that goes around the outside, and then we come back in to the inside. But we get that. But now you might have seen that what I do, I don't know if you do this, I still do my cross. So I put a top, a bottom, and my two sides, even though I'm, you know, putting them in at an angle and doing what I do. And usually it takes, I've noticed this just in making millions of these things, that usually it ends up being 3 of my stems of my eucalyptus, 3 of these in between, like the top and then this one and this one and this one. So there's usually about 3. Sometimes it'll be 4, just depending on the size and the shape of the grapevine, because, you know, they're all different. But usually if I put 3 in there, that's going to pretty much take care of it.
You can make these with any kind of compact greenery.
Yes,
too.
you could do boxwood. That would be great. Now see, since I'm starting in the middle, I just come right here to the middle. Now I'm going to leave this part empty because that's where my bow's going to go.
Yeah, I actually did forget to leave that part empty.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I filled it in, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay if you do. You can still put your bow there.
Forgot I was adding a bow. Sometimes we don't put bows on them,
Yeah.
and then sometimes we do.
It's just based on the customer and what they want.
But these are very, very popular for us, so we make lots of them.
Yes, we do.
Hey, Heather. Thank you for joining us from Nova Scotia, Canada.
Hey.
We are happy that you are with us.
Yes, we are.
So y'all let us know what you're working on. If you're making any wreaths, what types of wreaths. We have started making Valentine's, and I love Valentine wreaths. They are so fun.
They are so much fun, and I like that, you know, you start using your greenery and your flower, your roses, and it's like it starts getting me excited about spring.
Well, I've been looking at some spring wreaths that we've
I
done in
have
the
too.
past, and I'm like,
Me
I'm
too.
ready.
I am too.
Of course, we will start very soon.
Yes, that's the thing about making wreaths. You always are kind of ahead of the season. But I do love it. We've been doing this a lot of years.
So this one is pretty much done. I will
Yeah,
add
she's
my bow.
way faster than I am, by the way.
I'll add my bow later. But I do have a few. When you put them in at an angle, you don't have many stems sticking out the back. But I do have a few. So I'm just going to go through and cut those off. I just take my wire cutters and the flat side. I put it right against the wreath base as close as I can. I might even dig it in just a little because I do not want these to scratch the door at all.
Yeah.
And I know
same.
several of y'all have asked if we cover the backs of our wreaths, and we typically don't. But we make sure they're cleaned up nicely so they're not going to.
Yeah, they're not going to scratch anything. And,
Yeah.
you know, the only time we would cover one is if a customer asked us. to.
Yeah, and we have had a few.
A few, very
Couple, not
few.
many, but
No.
yeah.
No, I think maybe just a handful. this making wreaths is, I started it, well, I've been doing it for 30 years, but actually started doing it to more of a full-time thing in 2007. And it's one of those things, you know, that people, I get irritated when people, they look at it as, oh, you just make wreaths. Because to me, every wreath that I do is a piece of art. And I look at it that way because I put something of, you know, myself when I'm designing something. I feel like that I'm, you know, putting something of myself into it. So I always say that wreaths are a work of art, just like any other kind of art.
Yeah, and they should be treated like that.
Yes, it really should be. Well, this is the strangest. Look at this eucalyptus.
Oh, they did something wrong.
Yeah, it had like a little, I don't know, weird little like green thing hanging from it. Yeah. That was strange.
And if you guys, Terry said dog wreaths are her best sellers.
Oh, like the Bow Wow dogs with the dogs. Fall.
No, dog.
But
I'm wondering if it's like the dog paw.
Yes, tell us what kind of dog wreaths. I would love to know that.
We have made several of those as well.
Yes,
they're fun. They're cute.
They're fun, and I like anything that's fun and cute.
Let's see. Annette said she's cleaning out everything because she's got way too much stuff.
Oh, don't
come on over here, Annette.
Yeah, we could put you to work in that.
You can clean ours out too while you're in the mood to clean out.
Yes, I could definitely put you to work.
Hey, Robbie.
Hey there.
A Mardi Gras swag.
Oh, yes. I love Mardi Gras swags and wreaths. They are so much fun. That was the very first thing I ever sold. Very first, once we started our business. That was, well, actually, it actually technically was what started our business, was a Mardi Gras wreath. And we listed it on eBay, and it sold, and I was shocked. I could not believe it.
Do y'all still shop on eBay? Because I know
does
a lot
anybody
of people
do that anymore?
And that is where we started on eBay.
Yeah, we did.
But I don't really...
I looked around at, Christmas time, and I still saw some wreaths for sale. So somebody's still doing it.
Maybe I need to start shopping on eBay some more. Because I used to buy a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I did too.
No, I had some problems. Somebody hacked my eBay.
They did. I had the same thing, you remember? And they contacted me and told me that that somebody had gotten into my account. It was not.
Somebody bought stuff on all this or something. Yep. I don't remember what happened exactly. But,
yeah, it was several years ago.
But yes, and after that, I got kind of scared to do it.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and put this bow on. Did you put your bow on?
I did not yet. I was going to wait.
I'm just going to put this one on just so I can show y'all what it looks like once we get it in.
Yes, Terry said dog paw and mesh with signs. Everyone loves their dogs for sure. Oh, that is for sure.
Oh, they do. I mean, that he's my baby. Yep. He is. And I had two babies. I had a bloodhound that Sadie, and she was an inside dog just like my other one. She did what she wanted to, but she came in and out all day long. And but she left us, I guess it's been, this April will be 3 years, and I still miss her every day. Miss that girl. They become such a part of your heart, our little animals do. Yep. And I don't care what nobody says. I believe that my dog is smart, and I think that animals are smarter than people think, and they know more than people think they do.
I think they do too, because Jasper, my dachshund, which he was my baby. He was my baby.
He was her first baby, yes.
He died, what was it? It was in the summer.
It was the summer, yeah.
I don't talk about it really.
Mm-mm.
But
he was both of our first baby. He was like my baby too. That was a precious thing. He was something.
But I have another dachshund Dexter, and I just feel like, and they're old because Jasper was like 16, or he was going on 16, and Dexter's only 2 years younger. But I'm telling y'all, since Jasper died, it's like Dexter's just going downhill.
He is, I know.
I think that he just doesn't have his companion.
He don't have his
anymore.
companion. I know, it's so sad. And people don't think that they, you know, have feelings, but they do. Now, I will argue anybody down about that, because I know that.
Well, I mean, he knows. He's not been the same since Jasper died.
No, he really hasn't. Because he comes to visit me too. Since I'm next door, when she lets him out, sometimes he'll come over because him knows where the treats are, and Gigi gives him treats. But he hadn't even hardly been over since Jasper died, and that's just sad. He's still grieving.
I saw a comment a minute ago asking about the eucalyptus, and it's from Hobby Lobby.
It is from Hobby Lobby,
and they usually always have it. So,
and and you can order it, but just FYI, in case you don't shop at Hobby Lobby, wait until it's on sale, because every other week it'll go on sale for 50% off. So you don't want to buy it unless it's on sale.
Oh, Tracy said Dexter is my grandson's name.
Oh, how cute.
It's a cute name.
And all I'm doing right now is, like Amanda said, I'm just going around and making sure that I get any stem. I just kind of feel of it and make sure that nothing is poking or anything like that, and just clean it up the best that I can get it. To make sure that we don't have anything that's going to cause a problem. And then, once I do that, that's when I take the blow dryer and I just go over it with the blow dryer on low, and just make sure that I don't have any glue that's kind of hanging or anything like that. I think I'm going to put one more. I see one little spot that I don't like.
Yeah, and these, I mean, if you do see, you know, if you have a little hole, just add a piece.
Yeah, you can just add a little piece there, and it will cover it up.
Let's see, I think we need somebody that reads our comments, because I'm afraid I'm missing some comments. And if I do, I'm sorry, guys.
We try to see them, but it's hard.
See all of your comments. Our clippers. These are Stanley 8-inch clippers. They're my very favorite.
Yes.
But they're hard to find. Actually, these came from Walmart, but I haven't seen them.
Not the 8-inch. They've got the 9-inch and the bigger ones, even the 10-inch, I think. But I don't like them as much as I like the 8-inch.
These are great. I love these. Amazon, they were on Amazon, and then they didn't have them. They may have them back on Amazon. But if you can't find the Stanley, which is my very favorite.
Yes.
My next favorite are the Irwin.
And it's IR.
Yeah, IRWIN.
Yes.
And I use those at home when I'm doing things, floral projects. They're just as good, really. It's just these are my
They are. I love these, though. I'm with Amanda. I love the Stanley. And
but really, the Irwin, they are really good.
They do.
So,
they work good,
but it's the 8-inch. And, you know, don't get the little, which I have some here, I think. Well, these are the floral clippers. Don't get those. Or the pink ones that look like that. I have them here.
They're cute, but they just don't work. They don't work.
They're like so much they're so much harder to clip than these. And, you know, if you can just go to the tool section of you know, wherever your store and get those, or Amazon, that's the best bet.
Now, but one thing we didn't say that I just was doing here, before we start putting the eucalyptus and stuff in, we always like to try to hang to see which way they're going to hang the best. And we do that with any wreath that we're going to make, just to make sure that we've got it kind of the top and the bottom how we want it.
Oh, listen to this.
I'm going to do it that way.
Teresa says, we have kitties. We trapped, spayed, and neutered 18 of them. We still have 9 of them, and they have become pretty spoiled. They're all our babies.
I know. I have 4 as well.
We did, you know what, growing up, we always had tons of.
We did. I love animals. What can I say?
We loved animals, and people know that, and so they would just drop them
They
off.
would. I used to tease and say that apparently there was a big neon sign on top of our roof that said, drop any animal here, she will take them, they will take them. And everybody in the world could see that sign except for us. You know, we didn't know it was there.
Neon flashing sign.
Yeah, a neon flashing sign. Because I'm telling you, I even had one time, and this is no joke now, and you got to think that, I mean, my house is not that far off the road, but I had somebody pull in my driveway. I heard them pull in, you know, because I had my door open. I heard them pull in. And they actually came and put a tiny kitten on my doorstep. And when I literally was, you know, a couple of rooms over, and I just walked, by the time it took me just to walk to the front door, they were gone. They dropped it off at my door and then just left. Still don't know who that is. I feel like I probably see them in the neighborhood, you know, I see them around, and I'm like, well, are you the one? Did you do that? But you know what? He's been spoiled all these years, and we love him to death. So that's okay.
We have that sign that everybody else can see that we cannot drop your animals.
Yeah, drop your animals here.
We'll take care of them.
Because I can't stand it. I can't tell you how many times I've picked up, and this one's just as bad. Picked up dogs, you know, that you could tell were just lost and pitiful, and I don't know how people just drop them off. I just don't, but sometimes people do. But that's okay, because we take them if we have to, and take care of them.
Oh, Teresa said they have a neon sign too.
You got one too, yeah.
Yeah, Elaine said she loves this type of wreath, that she likes to change out her bows, and that's definitely
that's a good idea. Yes,
yeah,
that's a very good idea, because that's going to make it look just a little different. I'll tell you something else I was thinking about too with these is that I didn't get that one where I wanted it to be. You could add with the eucalyptus, just go around and add a little baby's breath all the way through it. Something like that would be cute, and would make it kind of springy, but yet, you know, not overdone. So.
And these eucalyptus wreaths like this, these greenery wreaths are really good, like she was saying, as a base. I mean, if you wanted to add any, you know, other flowers throughout the year, you know, change out your flowers, you could. One
of our really, really popular designs was we did the eucalyptus wreath and then just added wildflowers all the way through, just different color wildflowers all the way through it, and that one was really popular. So yes, you definitely can do a lot with these.
Annette, these are not real touch. They're more of the plastic, but they have a very realistic, y'all probably can't see on camera, but they have a very realistic look to them. And I think that's why they're so popular. But they're not real touch. No.
They're just kind of a plastic.
Yeah. But not like the...
Yeah, they're not.
Plastic.
They're
like more...
Not like Amanda always says, aquarium plants.
Yeah, that's what
She used to drive her crazy when I would come home from, you know, Michael's or something, if I had anything that she thought looked like an aquarium plant.
Oh, I don't like those.
She did not like that. And used to, it was hard to find greenery, so sometimes you had to use what you could find. Because I love putting, y'all know how I am about greenery. I love my greenery.
Oh, Joanne says she loves the blonde hair.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm back to matching my daughter.
Samantha said she's got a weenie dog too, and is smart and knows exactly what you're saying.
Oh yeah, I believe that. You'll never make me. Now I can tell sometimes I'll say something, and Tugger is mine, and he's not a weenie dog. He's just a mixture. And but he will look at me, and I know he knows everything I am saying. I can tell.
And they especially, they're like kids. They know when they're not supposed to do something.
Oh, he does.
And they'll look at you while they do it.
Yes, he does.
Mine will.
And he is a stinker. He'll look at me before he does something. You know, like kids will do, kind of.
And then they know when they're about to get in trouble, and they go and hide.
Yep, he does. That's exactly him.
I was saying to her before, sometimes I think that my animals, they're harder to handle than my children sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes they are. No.
Sometimes. Yeah. But we have bunnies.
Yeah, they've got a lot.
Chickens.
Yes.
Dogs, cats. So
yeah,
we got a lot of stuff.
How many cats? 5?
Well, they're not really.
We don't have 5. Let's see.
We have one cat that is like our
That's theirs. Yeah.
But then we have other cats that we feed.
Yeah.
So you can count those.
That just come up.
Yeah, there's several.
Yeah.
Because we apparently just feed the whole.
Well, we do too.
Community.
Yeah.
Of cats.
Yes, and honestly, you kind of took over that from me, which was very helpful. I was glad about that.
I'm sure.
Because now they come to your house. Yeah. Although it's so funny.
It's expensive feeding all these cats.
Yeah,
too.
It does get expensive. But it's really funny because we've got one beautiful. I mean, this cat is gorgeous. And it's one,
Yeah, it's one of ours.
It's one her little girls is called
Stray.
Yeah, and they've called it Blackberry. Mm-hmm. Is what, because he is solid black, long hair, absolutely beautiful. Will not let anybody touch him, really, but he sleeps on my doorstep every single night. In the middle of the night, we've got cameras, security cameras, and we can go and look, and you can find him asleep on my doorstep. But if I were to go out there, he would take off running. But I'm just glad he has a place he feels he can sleep. He is a gorgeous thing.
He is a pretty cat. Marilyn said, would you use eucalyptus wreath for Easter?
Yes. I definitely would. And you could actually use, a really pretty ribbon, colorful, pastel-looking colorful ribbon to go on it instead of the burlap. Or you could just still use the burlap. But for sure, I think it would be gorgeous for Easter.
How many did we start with over here clipped? Was that 3 that we clipped?
Yeah, I think. Yes, I think we clipped 3 each.
We clipped 3, and then I used 1 and a couple of that one.
Yeah.
So for these 2, it took just a little over 2.5. Then,
yeah,
right?
each, right? Yeah,
a little over 2.5 each. So I was trying to calculate.
Yeah, I think that's. I honestly.
Now I didn't.
I cut up another one, so that's 4 so far between 2, right? Yeah.
So I may add a couple of pieces, but it's around 2.5 to 3 bushes. And like I said, those are from Hobby Lobby, the ones that we use. I mean, you could use them from anywhere. Walmart's got some eucalyptus that looks pretty good too now. So, I mean, you could use it. Any kind of compact greenery would work for this.
It definitely would. I'm going to change this one out because I just pulled something out of it. I can't tell if it's going to make everything come falling out of it or not. So I'm going to move it.
Add just a couple pieces over here to this one.
This wreath is a little bit difficult because it's got several really big holes in it. But I'm just kind of working around it. Because you never know what kind of grapevine wreath, especially if you order them. And for the last several, at least a year or more, they've not looked great. So I don't know what that has caused that or anything, but
I just wonder if it's like
an environmental type thing. I've wondered that too, because I don't
know. Wherever they're from.
Yeah,
maybe the weather this past year.
But just since we did mention the glue skillet earlier, you can see how much quicker it is using the skillet than if we had to, you know, individually glue everything with a glue gun. That would take way too much time.
Someone's asking where we get the grapevine wreaths from.
I usually end up ordering them from Michael's. You can order, you know, from Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I like, and they haven't done it lately, but every now and then Michael's will do a 40% off coupon code on your whole order or something like that for if you order online. And so when I try to make sure I get enough then until they do it again. Because, but now they they haven't done it in a good while.
Yeah,
so
it's been a while since
it's been a good while. But usually we end up getting them from Michael's. We've tried, you know, we've gotten them from Joann's. We've gotten them from Hobby Lobby. And a lot of times it'll just be, you know, if we happen to see somebody's got them on sale or anything like that, we'll order. But we order a big bulk, you know, big amount of them at once. Because it takes it.
And you can order them from some wholesale places, but honestly, if you can get them from Michael's when they're on sale,
it's cheaper.
It's cheaper.
It really is. Because we've done both of those. So, if anybody has any other questions, let us know. Or tell us what you all have been up to. I like to hear that too.
And if you asked a question and I missed it, just ask
it again. Yes, ask it again and maybe we'll see it this time.
Oh no, Susan said we had our pipes freeze and burst on Christmas Eve.
Oh, bless your heart. So oh my gosh.
It flooded and then she lost almost all of her wreaths.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's terrible,
oh,
Susan.
I just hate that, Susan. That's awful. Oh, I know that just made you sick. It makes me sick thinking about it. Yeah.
So sorry that happened.
I am so sorry about that. I just hate that so bad. Yeah, there's always things you can't control, isn't there, that happens.
Oh, Rachel says, what color themes are y'all thinking this year, especially for Easter?
Easter really is always going to be your pastel pinks, lavender, mint green, I think will be really popular this year.
That's what I was going to say. I think mint green is going to be even more popular. Like the mint green and purple.
And purple, definitely. Okay. Or the lavender and mint.
Yeah, that's what I meant, lavender, yeah.
Lavender and mint green, and even pink and mint green. I think is going to be really popular. But even light blue, you know, anything that's really pastel like that. Yeah. And then there's always a market for your cream colors, you know, like your off-white and like doing like a eucalyptus wreath or something that's done in all those, you know, whites and off-white colors. That kind of thing, because of the farmhouse trends. You know, there's always a market for that kind of thing.
Let's see. Gauge floral wire. Oh, definitely 26
26
gauge. We always use 26 for. We literally, I talked about this the other day, and I think it was in Design with Pros Club, but we get this 26 gauge floral wire from, it's Floracraft. Our Walmart carries it, which is great. So check yours. But we use this for everything. Yeah,
we don't. I mean, that's the only size that we use.
You know, everything we use this 26 gauge. Of course, we got some different other, you know.
Yeah, but
it's just, this is the perfect one.
It's easy to tie. You can, you know, you can twist it easy, or you could even tie it in a knot. And that's what's so great about that. So we use it for everything.
Yeah. Oh, Teresa said, thank you so much. I really enjoy watching you ladies each week. Inspiring ideas.
Oh, well, we
That's great
are
to
just,
hear.
we are blessed to have you watch us. We truly are.
And that's what we hope Flower Friday does for you guys. Inspire you to, you know,
To try things.
to try things and,
Mhm.
and just to have fun and enjoy yourself. And it's, I like to say it's a little bit of therapy when you get up here and make a
It
wreath
really
or,
is.
you know, do whatever kind of craft project or you know, projects that you do for your home. That is
Yeah.
kind of therapy, you know.
Well, it really
It's
is.
relaxing
And I mean, you know, that's basically how I started the very first wreath I ever made to sell. I didn't actually plan to sell it. I was just trying to do something. But my dad had gotten a glioblastoma brain tumor and didn't have much time. And so, you know, I needed something just to keep my mind occupied because, you know, it was not a good time. And wreath making did that for me. It really did. So I am most grateful.
Yeah, and we hope that, you know, we do inspire you to make things, you know, for yourself and for your own home,
Yes.
and let you know that you don't have to stress out about it. You don't have to have like a million things like this tool and this tool and that tool.
No.
And this. Just, you know, like I said, we use
get
this.
irritated
We
about
don't-
that.
You know, we use this floral wire. I've had this pair. I know I've shown y'all before. I know which is mine and which is hers.
Yeah,
because
because we
mine
know
falls apart.
hers falls apart. Yeah.
I like it. I keep it. You know, I don't feel the need to have a ton of like extra
No.
stuff, and I don't want it to be stressful for you guys. You know, you can make something with what you got.
That's right. Don't think that you have to have certain things to start making them, because I'm gonna tell you, I started making them using a pair of scissors to cut everything, wire or anything, and which I don't recommend that.
I still do that.
But
sometimes.
and she still does that, and I fuss at her. But so I'm just saying though, like she said, you know, we don't want it to be stressful. I know that I'm the type person, and some people like having all kinds of, you know, things to work with and all kinds of little gadgets. I'm not that kind of person. I like simple, you know, whatever's the least that I can get by using.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just my nature. And so that's kind of what we show.
Let's see. I know somebody was asking about, would this work over a fireplace or mantle or something?
It would be gorgeous.
Yes, but I would probably, depending on how high the ceilings are,
yeah.
I would use a bigger grapevine, maybe a 24-inch, depending on the size. You might get away with an 18, but I think you might want to do a 24.
Yes.
Which, of course, you're going to need more greenery, but I think it would look great.
I think
great.
it would,
I usually have a eucalyptus wreath in my living room. I love the look of them. And
as we like to show you, you know, this would be great as a centerpiece with a lantern, you know, in the middle of it. You know, there's all kinds of things you could do with it.
Probably not with the bow, but just with
I would take the bow off for sure, but yes. So
I just keep adding because I'm sitting here and
and
so I
you
just
start
keep adding.
Yep.
Apparently right now I'm not worried about keeping costs down.
Yeah. Well, keep the cost down.
All right, I'm gonna put it.
Actually, she's usually the one that fusses at me.
One.
Yep, she's the one.
Samantha said, "Why do they put the fish tank greenery on a pine garland?" See, y'all know what I'm talking about. That fish tank greenery. That's what
It's the truth.
I
do not know.
I don't like that lime green.
No, and I mean this is a light green. It is. But it doesn't have that same look. Mm-hmm. It's that weird. I mean, I have a fish tank, so I know, you know, it's that weird. I don't know why they do that.
I don't know, but I don't love that kind. And
no, I don't either.
Like when we first started, which was
all you could get
15 years ago or more.
No,
yes, that's what greenery looked like, and that's why I didn't like to use it at the time.
No, she didn't, and I'm like, you cannot make a wreath without greenery. So.
And Andrea said, "Oh, Sherry, it was after my son went through kidney failure and a successful transplant that I needed to redirect myself, and wreath making did that."
See, it is, and I believe that God brought that to us both for that reason. And it really, really has, I mean, it was amazing how it helped me. It really was.
And Rachel asks, are gnomes popular for y'all, or is it just us?
Not really with us. They're not. Now, we had a time where they were.
I feel like a couple of years ago.
They were really popular, but they haven't been lately. But I do think they're adorable.
Yes, and some people are, they're very popular with.
Yes, I think it just depends on your clientele, and everybody's is different,
Lori, the eucalyptus it's just the Hobby Lobby eucalyptus that we use all the time.
But it's not called, called.
And in fact, I will,
yes, let her link it.
I'll link it because it doesn't.
It's called Beechwood something.
No,
something. I can't remember. She'll have to find it and link it.
I'll find the item from Hobby Lobby and I'll link it in the comments.
Beech
for you guys.
basswood.
Yes, because it's something strange.
Yes, it's something strange. Yeah.
And so a lot of people, I know y'all ask us because you can't find it on the site a lot of times because
it's weird the way it's else. Yeah, they call it something else, but it's eucalyptus. Okay.
Oh, Rachel said everybody in Georgia are loving them.
Aw.
Let's see. And Terry says it is also my therapy. She said she lost her mama to cancer 2 years ago. And that's when
I'm so sorry. I know it's hard. But thankfully God gave us something to help. Mm-hmm. Something to keep us busy.
Linda was asking, could we recommend something? But I don't know. It must have cut out because I'm not sure.
Ask again, Linda, if you are still watching, because
Lori, I used for mine about 2 3/4 of a bush in each.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep it down to 2.5, but
we were talking about it earlier. I always order a little more just to make sure that we've got enough. But when I'm calculating these, I always calculate at least 3 of the bushes per 1 14-inch. So, that way, and if you use less, that's great, but you've got it in case you need it.
And, Lori, if you're just tuning in and you didn't see the beginning, how we made these, go look at that because I show you, we put these in at a very, very steep,
yes,
I guess the word would be steep, angle.
Yes, and
that helps not have to use so much. When we used to just kind of put them in more straight and
I think that I did that a little. I was fixing to say that you can tell by me having to cut off so much on the back, and the last one I didn't put this one quite as much at an angle, and I ended up using more. Mm-hmm. So you definitely want to do the angle, but I was talking and wasn't paying attention, and so
it'll still be full if you put them in an angle.
Yes,
and you literally, you use so much less.
You really do
by doing that, and you don't have to clip so much off the back.
Exactly. Yep.
I love reading y'all's stories too, and we can go back and read those of how y'all got started and in making your crafts and how it has helped you. So. Keep putting those in the comments.
Y'all keep telling us because I love that.
Because we always enjoy reading things like that.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So Linda said, can you suggest an electric floral wire cutter, as she has arthritis in her hands.
Bless your heart. I'll have to research that, Linda, because I don't.
I've never used one.
I've never used one.
If any of you are watching and you have
yes,
used
if
one,
y'all have ever seen one or used one, if you would put that under her comment, that would be wonderful. Yeah. Because I don't know, but I will definitely look around and see if I can find something, Linda.
And Andrea said, and she has to add that time during that painful time was also when God led her to us.
Oh,
So what a great blessing!
So wonderful. We are blessed by you, Andrea. I always am, and I'm so thankful. I know that God always brings the right people together, and that's exactly what He has done.
I feel like that one looks so much bigger than
it
some
does,
of the
don't it? Yeah,
it was a big grapevine base, and that's
why it was, and it's got a lot of holes, so it was a little more difficult to work with.
And that's why when you're making them, and especially if you're making them for like, side by side on, double doors or something, look at your grapevine bases and kind of make sure that they're relatively even, because like I said earlier, they can really vary. The store will say 14-inch, but
we measured them and they'd be like 16 inches.
Like one will be 16 and one will be like kind of 12.
Yeah, so yeah. And it's hard, especially if you order them, because you can't really pick them out. So it makes it a lot harder. But you just work with what you got. I'll add just a few more, but I think I am going to do that later.
Teresa said, I do not make them to sell. I make them for my own decorating because I love to change out my door wreaths. Oh, you're like me, Teresa.
She does too. I do too, but I don't do them. She'll change them out every week.
Yeah, I mean,
she does.
I will. I'll change them out as quick as we make them on Flower Friday. Either they'll get sold, or I'll, if they don't. She'll
decide they're hers. Yeah,
they'll be mine.
That's right.
Because I'll be like, oh, I like that one. Oh, let me change it up. I like to change up my decor. So
yes, it's I get tickled because I literally, if I'm driving, past her house, I always look to see, okay, which wreath she got on now.
But I really sometimes, especially after Christmas, I kind of like a more
subdued.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very.
Like right now, I've got just a greenery wreath on my front door because I had a big, lot of fun one for Christmas. So.
I feel like, we typically go pretty big for Christmas, so I like to kind of
something a little more streamlined. Yep, that's what I did with this one.
Yes. All right. Well, if I did miss any of y'all's questions, I'm sorry. We'll probably can come back later and answer any of those that I am not able to see. But this has been fun just chatting with you guys.
I've enjoyed this. A lot of times we're so busy making the wreath and, telling y'all how we're making it that I don't, we don't get to chat with you, so this has been fun.
So also, if you would, like to see us do more of that, let us know in the comments.
Yes, let us know.
And Linda said, I've never seen this. How often do you do this? We are live every Friday.
Every Friday at 4
p.m. Central Standard Time for Flower Friday Live. So be sure to join us next week.
And it's on our Grace Monroe home page on Facebook. You can find us live or on YouTube for Grace Monroe Home. Yeah, but we are live every Friday. And just so you know, we will be opening our Design with the Pros Club is closed right now for new members, but we will be opening up very, very soon. So if it's something that you would be interested in, keep a check, and we'll let you know as soon as we open.
Yes, and definitely. And if you're not getting our text messages and you would like to, I'll put the link in the comments of how you can do that too, because a lot of times you guys will forget about Flower Friday. So I always send a little text out beforehand so you won't forget about it.
Yep.
But like we said earlier, if you're not already following us on Facebook, just click the follow button and follow us there on Facebook so you get all of our posts and everything. And if you're watching us on YouTube, if you will, click that subscribe button and click the bell so you get notified.
Yes, because you don't want to miss
when we release new videos.
And you can find us on Instagram too.
Yeah, pretty much everywhere we are. We try
That's
to be.
right. We try to be everywhere. It's a little hard nowadays to be everywhere, but we're trying.
We try to be as many places as we can.
That's right. That is right.
Well, we thank y'all so much for joining us for Flower Friday. It has been fun.
It has. I've enjoyed this.
I have too. Well, we'll see you next week, guys.
Bye, y'all.